Are you a busy mom who thinks that she can't have it all? Well, I'm here to tell you that you are wrong. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about why you think that is, and I'm going to give you 5 tips to help starting to shift that belief so you can see that all of it is waiting for you. Hello friends, Kathleen here, Chief Wealth Creator and founder of Diamond Academy. We specialize in manifestation and law of attraction for purpose-driven entrepreneurs. I want to thank you for tuning in and for subscribing. If you haven't already done so, please do that now. And don't forget to click the bell to receive all the updates of the new content that's going to be coming every single week. One of the biggest reasons that moms think they can't have it all is the idea of mom guilt. And when you really get to the root of that, what it is a guilty feeling because you feel like you're not meeting other people's expectations. But what if that wasn't true? And what if there was no such thing as mom guilt? One of the things that I noticed and what I continue to see around is this idea that women should do it all. And so I think about the new mom that is on maternity leave, just had a new baby, and takes care of the house, makes all the meals, does the laundry, and looks after the baby all day. And so there's this thing that happens where we end up getting up throughout the night with the baby while the husband sleeps through the night because he has to get up and go to work the next day. But let's think about that for a minute. Why is it different that he has to get up and go to work when you're actually going to be working all day too? You're going to be taking after the baby, looking after the house, making the meals, doing the laundry. So you need sleep as well. So I see these things as partnerships. And so when we accept the belief that we should always do it all no matter what, we are feeding in to that expectation. And so for me, in my marriage, I was very, very lucky to have a partner that believed that it was a partnership as well. But the difference is I would let him get up with me in the night. And so we would share and we would partner. And that was one of the little things that allowed me to release some of that mom guilt, is realizing that I don't have to do it alone and I don't have to do it by myself all the time. Perfectionism is a real thing, and women have this in spades, especially mothers. And so we want to be perfect in all areas. We want to be the perfect mom, we want to be the perfect wife, we want to have the perfectly tidy, clean house, and then we want to have it all perfectly tied up in a knot before we go back to work. And the thing is with perfectionism though, is that we are always trying to meet a standard. And where does that standard come from? If you are a new mom, you will know that there are things all over the internet that tell you you should be doing this, and then somewhere else it tells you you should do it this way, and somewhere else you should do it that way. And so we're always trying to meet a standard of what we think is the best. And nobody really knows. But what I can tell you though, without a shadow of a doubt, when you start to release that idea that everything has to be perfect, you start to realize that you have way more opportunity. You start to realize that you're doing a good job right now already. So maybe that house doesn't need to be spotless. Maybe not every toy has to be put away every single night before you go to bed. And maybe it's okay if you relax for an hour in the afternoon and do some journaling or do a meditation or spend some time with you. And so releasing the need to be perfect can change your entire world, and it'll make you realize that you really can have it all. Another reason busy moms don't believe that they can have it all is because they think they have to choose. So I've had this pivotal moment in my life where I felt that maybe I would have to choose between going down the path of entrepreneurship or staying home with the kids. And what I realized is that there is an opportunity, a possibility where you can do both things and you can do them well. All it is about creating that image in your mind and bringing it into the physical form. And so what would it look like to be a really great mom and to be an entrepreneur? It can look however you want it to look. You don't have to choose. So now I'm gonna help you to turn this all around, and I'm gonna give you 5 tips to help you shift some of these beliefs so that you can become a mom who can have it all. The first step is to change your perception. So what does it mean to have it all? What does it mean to think that everything has to be done a certain way? You are holding a belief right now about yourself that maybe you're not doing it well enough or good enough or the way that it should be done. And so shift that belief. And what if in this moment right now you're doing a great job? What if in this moment you have enough time to do more? And what if in this moment you realize that you have the confidence, the skill, the abilities to do whatever it is that you want to do while being a busy mom? My second tip is to stop trying to meet expectations. There are people all around you that are expecting different things. And so if you are always trying to meet these expectations, you will always feel like you are inferior. You will always feel like you're not measuring up. I would encourage you to lay out your own expectations, to decide what it is that you want, and you will quickly realize that you are meeting those expectations in all areas and that you are going to feel so proud of yourself. This third tip is really important and has helped me so much. I made the decision that I wasn't going to do things for my kids, but I was going to do things with my kids. And so this tip, I've actually used it for many years since I became a mom. Even when I was doing my master's degree, working full time, I made the decision that whatever I was going to do, I was going to do it with them. So I didn't have to leave and go into a separate office and close the door and be away from the kids, but that I would do things with my kids. So a little example of this is I set myself up one day to work on like a paper that I had to do. And I set up my laptop, I got myself a drink, and I set up my little girl Reagan on her little laptop, her little kid's laptop. And I set her up with some learning skills and made her a little drink. And we sat side by side working together on something. And so I got to do it with her. And I even have pictures of this moment that was really special. We are always teaching our kids by the way we live. So if you are somebody that is feeling guilty or trying to be perfect or never measuring up or expressing how busy and overwhelmed you are teaching your children that behavior. So I love to teach my kids to go after their dreams, to take on new opportunities, to involve them in the things that I do, talk to them about what I'm doing, and also to let them know that it's okay to be your own person, to have your own beliefs and your own expectations. And so maybe that's a little thing that you can do with your kids too, is to help them become their own view of themselves. My fourth tip is to ask for help. So I know that maybe doesn't sound easy right now, but it can make the difference for you in your life in so many ways. So this could be help that you pay for. So maybe you hire somebody to clean your house every 2 weeks so that you don't have to worry about it. Or maybe you hire an in-house nanny, something like that. But there's also asking for help from those around you. Most of us live in a community type of feel. We're family. And so the fear of not asking for help is actually keeping us feeling stress and overwhelmed. So it's okay for you to ask to go and get your nails done. It's okay for you to ask for a weekend off, to think about a business opportunity that maybe you're considering. And it's okay to be able to ask others around you, friends, family, neighbors, to support you in whatever it is that you desire to do. They would probably love to help you. My final tip, and this one is actually really fun, is to find other women around you, whether that's on social media or in your physical life, that are doing what you want to do, that are also busy moms. So this is something that I get all the time. People ask me, how did you do it? You know, being a mom of 2 girls, how did you do this? How did you do that? And I'm so eager to offer tips and advice. And I know that a lot of it came from my perspective about it. And so I truly do believe that I can be a CEO of a company, of a 8-figure corporation, and still be an incredible mom. It doesn't take anything away from them. But I did the same thing though, and I sought out other successful women who were moms, who were busy, who created empires, and I see that it's possible for me. So have fun. What you'll start to notice is there is a lot of very powerful mothers that are creating powerful, powerful legacies, and it is so incredible to see. I hope this video was helpful for you. I would love to hear in the comments maybe one of the tips that resonated with you the most that you're gonna start incorporating into your busy life today. With gratitude, Kathleen.